Okay, with Adam and Kehres, winning screenwriter, short script, Accidental Tomatoes for the Romance Film Festival. Really interesting script. I guess it's about the dating apps and compost, I guess, right?
I guess basically, yeah. I tried to conflate both of them together. Yeah.
How would you pitch this? If you're like, I'm going to give you $20,000 to make this movie, how would you pitch it?
I guess I would say I tried to make it easy to film. Kept the locations tight and not a lot of them. I think it plays to the current dating landscape, I guess, and how difficult it actually is, and how it's harder and harder to actually meet people in real life, and how more people use apps and don't really use them for the right reason anymore. So I guess I would try to pitch it to say like this is kind of I think this would resonate with a large audience because there are a lot of people that have tried that and a lot of people that have failed at it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Well, I think if you talk to anybody between 30 and 50, 90% would have been on a dating app in some form. If you talk
Oh,
to anybody between 20 and 30, probably maybe 60 to 70%. It's just something that you do. It actually ruined relationships, in my opinion, because before I'm old enough to to basically go clubbing, or even like during the day, like I was at a Starbucks and I saw a cute girl, I can go up to her and talk to her and everything would be okay. But now you can't even do that because it would be like, well, then again, I've been married for a long time, but I've been told you can't do that because it's like everybody's got that filter with the dating app, right? They don't want to
yeah.
have the accidental tomatoes, you call it accidental. They don't want to have those conversations. They want to have it filtered through their app, I guess.
I think that's more and more common now, yeah. And it's kind of unfortunate because the organic meetings are more genuine, I think, and that's sort of what I tried to capture. So, yeah.
Yeah. People have lost the art of flirting, I guess.
Yes. Oh, vastly so, yes. Especially when you can double check and write something out and find that it doesn't fit, so you erase it and then you type something else out and that sounds a little bit better and then you're like, "Okay, I send that." And then, you can't really do that in real life. You can't take
No.
a second stab or a third stab at a flirting attempt, no.
But to be fair, a lot of men, I'm not saying women, a lot of men are creepy. And so
Yes.
basically they have ruined it for good men like us.
Yes, absolutely, yes. It's terrifying out there. There's a lot of bad people.
So they don't want to, yeah, the woman, the girls, the woman don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, the women, yeah.
Okay, so you said that in the blog interview that you kind of you're new to screenwriting, I guess, right?
That's correct. Yeah, this is only the second script that I've finished. The first short, I did a feature length about 6, 7 years ago that I submitted to a different festival, and this one was written in Word, and they were still like, "Oh, this is really good. It's got some good bones, but it needs a little bit more work." And I didn't even realize what script writing software was, so
Yeah.
I had somebody else plug me into it, and I don't know. I just like telling stories. Things come to my head and I like writing them down. So I'm really trying to expand on that.
And yeah, I guess it's the practical first, right? Where like there's a certain standard for certain writing, like in every writing, and you have to write in that kind of format, that screenwriter format, right?
Right. Yep.
Was that daunting for you?
A little bit. Yeah. Kind of getting used to yeah, all the like idiosyncrasies of screenwriting versus just prose writing or just trying to throw words on a page, but actually getting it organized, getting it tight, tightening things up and making it succinct and putting in slug lines is pretty important, I found out.
So it seems like you've done a lot of work on this as well. Like you've done some consults. Like you seem really focused to making getting the best script you can.
I am trying to, yeah. I'm doing whatever I can. I send it to other people to look and finding this festival was fantastic actually. I really like what you guys do. I hope it leads to something else and I hope to submit again at some point.
So I'm assuming you're going to get into writing like TV episodes or TV pilots or features.
Um right now I kind of focus more on features. TV
Yeah.
to me has always been daunting because it seems like I like to write with a singular arc. Like I know my ending, and I feel like for like a lot of long running TV shows, you kind of have to have sort of an open-ended arc. But I guess maybe that's something else that I need to learn about to actually get into TV writing.
Well, features and shorts are really all about the ending, right? Like it's all about kind
Mhm.
of that climax and making sure it's satisfying. And that's
Yeah.
the art of that writing, where TV pilots, they could just, you've seen many TV shows, even great ones, have a problem ending, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
No, but that's the thing but TV is like kind of continuous. It's just established different through line. So eventually you're gonna have to go there when you get an agent and like they want to have that's kind of spec kind of showcase for you, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Shoot, that is something I'm gonna have to do, isn't it?
Don't worry about it now. Just kind of do what you need to do.
Yeah, all right.
So why did you get into writing anyway in the first place?
It actually started in college. It was more of a like scenarios that I would play out in my head where I would say to myself, I wish that I had done things this way. And then I would just kind of play out that entire scenario and be like, that would be a lot better. And it's like I can write drama without having to actually experience drama. And I found that to be kind of entertaining too, and a little bit therapeutic. So I just wrote a story. And the few people that I showed it to liked it. And they were like, you should, maybe get more into this, maybe take it a little bit more seriously. And I did. I really like it, and I want to keep doing it. And I would like to, kind of make a career out of it because lawyering is getting boring.
Yeah. So then you just kind of like the first time you do it, I guess, is like it must be daunting, that kind of feared of like I'm going to decide to write a story, I guess, right?
Pretty much, yes. It's pretty terrifying, and of course, the fear of failure it sets in. The second act doldrums set in, and all of a sudden you think you have a great story, and you have no idea how to actually get it to the ending. It's been interesting. It's been challenging, but
But you're
I like it.
continuing to do it, I guess, right?
I will continue to do it, yes, and hope to just get better.
So you working on a feature right now, or
I am actually. I'm about 70 pages in.
oh wow,
Kind of hitting the third act turn right now in a feature. It's more of a like a drama thriller though. So a little bit of a change of pace. I guess I'm kind of trying to stretch my legs out and see if I can
yeah.
write something different than just sappy romance.
Well, this script's funny. You wrote a funny script.
Oh, thank you. I I tried. I tried to put jokes in there.
Yeah. So are you a gardener as well, or
No, I actually have a compost pile in my backyard, and 2 summers ago, I found a vine growing out of it, and it turned out to be cherry tomatoes. So this is actually literally a story that happened to me, and it first happened growing up. My mom started a compost pile, and tomatoes just started growing out of them from putting compost in it. And I did the same thing in my backyard, and I was chatting with my sister about it actually, and she's like, "I think that would be a really cool story. I always thought, the whole accidental tomatoes, right? You had no idea what was going to come out of that. You just put a bunch of garbage in a compost pile, and then you get edible fruit out of it, or vegetables, whatever comes out of it." And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I can sort of equate that to dating because dating can be weedy, it can be garbagey, but every once in a while you'll get something good out of it. So I was like, you know what? All right, I'll take that challenge. I'll try to write a short story about that. I think that'd be fun.
you got to dig through the weeds to get the magic?
Exactly. Yep.
So I got to ask though, how did it work for you? Did you end up finding your mate?
Nope. So far, I've only found tomatoes, but it's a never-ending quest.
Are you still on an app or?
I'm not. No, I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
quit those. It's so weedy and so yeah. Basically, for those reasons, like, sometimes you meet people, and sometimes it's just you find that you don't even want to anymore. Like the energy is so sapping, or you tell the same intro story over and over again. And it's like, oh yeah, let's meet up. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe next week or maybe the week after. And then it's just like, I'm so exhausted. I don't even want to do this anymore. So I think we're gonna take a break from the apps for a little bit.
Yeah. Like you could go on a date. Well, I don't know where you are, but I've been in Toronto. I remember doing being on it. I could go on a date every single day.
Yeah. I spent 5 years in the Washington, D.C. area, and that's exactly what that was. It was pretty much every single day it was somebody else. And it was fun, in my 20s, that was fun. But, being almost 40 years old now, yeah, I don't think I can't hang with the kids anymore.
Do you think you're a perfectionist or
In some ways, yes.
yeah?
Um, I almost feel like it's hard to become a perfectionist as a writer because every single time that I look at something, I find something I want to change. So it's either something never gets finished or you accept, I guess, a few flaws for what they are and hope that somebody kind of likes them as much as you. I
Well,
could rewrite
that's
that script 100 times, right?
yeah.
And it could be different every
Well,
single
think about a
time.
movie, right? Not to sound like a cliche. Sometimes the flaws are the gold, right? In the movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to be like Lucas and change something that's already been great, right?
No, that's a very good point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Yeah. I
right.
don't know. I guess I'm a perfectionist in a good way.
I got to ask you about your blog question. You said that you're a pretty avid sports fan. So I live in Toronto. I'm
Mm.
very familiar with Detroit, the 401.
Hmm.
It's 3 hour drive. I grew up in Niagara Falls. I went to a lot of Tigers games as a kid. So I'm very familiar with Detroit. What like you grew up? I'm assuming you grew up in Detroit. In Detroit.
I did. Yeah. Um, yep. I started playing hockey real young too. So big Red Wings fan. I played travel baseball, big Tigers fan. The Lions are finally good. Big Lions fan. The Pistons are actually really good too.
Yeah, they are good.
Um, it's great. It's kind of a great time to be a Detroit fan. Even the Wings look like they're going to make the playoffs again, so
They are.
it's
They
kind of
will make the
exciting.
playoffs this
Oh,
year.
you
And you
think so? You're
still, but
calling it
you
now?
said you're in South Carolina. You still play hockey. There's
I
people playing
do.
hockey in
Yeah.
South Carolina.
I was shocked to find as big of a beer league contingency as there is down here.
That's amazing.
I played in like three different leagues. Yeah, it's insane.
That's
Like
but
everybody
is there
seems
a
to
lot of? I'm
relocate.
assuming there's not many rinks. That would be the problem, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So we have an ECHL team here, the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. So we have a big arena, and then there's two smaller, like what do you call them, normal size sheets, I guess, like regular ice rinks, and both of them have multiple leagues in them. It's
Yeah.
incredible. And I guess so many people relocate to the Greenville area that, you got kids there's several Canadians down here that play, kids from the Northeast, kids from Michigan, kids from Minnesota.
All like
It's
all transplants, I guess, right? All
all
like
pretty much all transplants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Explain to people what a beer league is, because I'm assuming most people wouldn't know.
Beer league is for those of us who are past our prime and want to spend more time drinking in the parking lot than actually getting hurt on the ice. So
Come on,
it's
they have to be more positive. It's about people getting in shape. It's about people who played hockey as a kid and they're still doing it and they get to play like they play with each other. They call it beer league because usually after you play, you have a drink in the change room, right?
No, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You get the locker room beer, the shower beer, and then like 4 or 5 parking lot beers.
And then
The only
everybody
problem,
puts in depends on the I'm assuming supply. I don't know what like say hypothetically in Canada in Toronto, which is probably more expensive, but you usually do like midnight or 11 p.m. because the ice is a lot cheaper, and everybody puts in like $10, and then it kind
yep.
of pays for the hour, I guess, right?
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then it goes like each week, it's somebody else's turn to bring a case or whatever for,
yeah, and the goalie
for the
gets
parking
usually
lot.
gets to go for free because you have to have two goalies in order to play, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Goalies always play for free. Now, the
Yeah,
only problem with skating down here versus up north is the parking lot beers are usually Mick Ultra instead of Labatt Blue. And that's unfortunate, but what are you going to do?
sorry, what was that again? I missed that.
The parking lot beers, like the beers that we drink, are usually Michelob Ultra instead of Labatt Blue. Well, I miss the blue. I
Well,
miss the
they
blues.
don't got Molson or Blue in South Carolina.
It's tough to find down here. Real tough to
Really?
find. Yeah,
I think
which is a
that
shame.
company's got to do something about that.
Exactly. Yeah. There's one Buffalo bar that I found that actually serves it on tap, and that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Well, that's my team. I'm a gigantic Bills fan, like fanatics. I'm from Niagara Falls,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Sabres are my team. And then I'm like a gigantic Blue Jays fan and Raptors fan. So
Oh boy, the Jays came so close this year. Oh,
yeah, but
oh.
you should see the the popularity of baseball for youth kids and everybody else is like skyrocket because of that run.
Oh God,
So
I can only imagine. Yeah, youth
yeah.
leagues must be filling up.
And I'm old enough. I was a teenager when they won two World Series. So we're not greedy in Toronto. Like it's like I know the generation really wants it, and I think we're gonna do well. But I got my two World Series,
That's
right?
fair.
I just want
Yeah.
a Super Bowl. I want a Super Bowl. I'm sure the Lions fans do too, right?
Holy smokes, that was the Super Bowl everyone wanted. Was that 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
Everybody
Was
wants it because
Buffalo and
they're the
Detroit?
stat sack teams, right?
Yeah, Buffalo and Detroit was the America wanted that Super Bowl. Canada wanted that Super Bowl
I
too.
question your coach, man. He goes for it on fourth down way too much. Way
Ah,
too much.
yeah,
Like, what's
yeah.
he doing?
Gambling Dan Campbell. Maybe he knows something we don't. I
No,
don't
he
know.
doesn't. He doesn't like play.
Well,
You
when it works,
play
everybody loves
Bobo.
him.
You play the game. You don't play the percentages. You play the
Yeah,
rhythm of the game.
yeah,
Like, what are you
yeah.
doing?
Especially in several of those games where it's like you are in field goal range, you're already up by a touchdown, just get the extra points. And nope, you go for it on fourth on like the 50-yard line, and then turn it over, and then you end up losing. It's like, but when he makes it, everybody loves him. So feast or
I
famine.
guess, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I'm sure there's a guy on who has a website who figured out all his fourth downs if it all evened out because this year it sure the hell didn't. I can tell you that much.
no, this is a disappointing season, but
Yeah, and
you
you
know,
guys got something wrong with injuries. Why does everybody get injured on your team? There's something
the
going on
defense.
in your medical area.
The defense cannot stay healthy. And I read an
No,
article recently where they're actually criticizing Dan Campbell on that too, where it's like, oh
yeah,
man, in like training camps and stuff, you're actually doing full tackling. It's like no team tackles each other. That's why you guys are all getting hurt. You're tackling each other in
yeah.
practice. And it's like, well, that's the way to get tough. So I don't know.
That's
Maybe it'll work.
that's an old white man's tale. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, it
It's
is.
Sean McKay. He doesn't even play his players in the this in the train. What do you call it? Like in the preseason games.
Right. Yep.
They don't
Yep.
even
Don't
they
risk
don't
them getting
the first time they get hit is is the first snap of the game of the first game of the season.
right. Right. And
It's
you
a
just have to
grind.
hope that,
The season's a grind.
yeah. You just have to hope that Aaron Rodgers doesn't happen to you and you snap an Achilles on the third play of the game.
Yeah, but so okay, so you guys, so you're pretty crazy. What with you name one sport? Would it be what would be your favorite sport of the four?
Probably hockey.
Hockey. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
As an American, that's great. That's great to hear.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I watched Canada destroy Czechia earlier today
Yeah,
in the
just today.
Olympics,
Yeah,
so I'm about to watch USA beat up on Latvia. So,
everybody wants that final, right?
oh, absolutely, man. That Four Nations final was, ooh, that was must watch TV last year.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we got Toronto's got that Austin Matthews. Funny enough,
Mm,
right? So on our
hmm.
team. So yeah. So then that would be your number one sport, I guess, right? That's
That's
amazing.
correct.
It had some such rich history, and the Red Wings have a rich history, good history.
Very much so, yeah. And that's something I try to work into a lot of my stories too, is just to get hockey in there somewhere, either whether one of the characters plays or it's on TV somewhere. I think those are kind of fun Easter eggs to put in. I'm not sure I'm quite at the level to be able to sell that to a director at this point, but maybe, maybe
Yeah.
sometime down the line I can be the executive producer that's able to slip it in every once in a while.
Oh wow. Okay. All right,
I think
man.
that'd
Well,
be cool.
congratulations on the script. Let's talk again when we showcase another script of yours at our festival, and just keep writing. Just keep plugging along. You're onto something.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thanks again.